Hello, I'm Dr. Kristen Lorenz, and this is the second video that I've prepared for you focusing on the novel coronavirus affecting our community. First, I want to thank you for taking time to watch this video. I have created it to share important information and to help you feel personally empowered as we progress through this rather challenging time. In the first video, I spoke about avoiding exposure and practices which prevent the viral particles from reaching our respiratory tracts. Certainly, as emphasized then, these approaches are extremely important. But today, I want to help you understand the power you have in strengthening your immune system in general, and particularly in fighting this new viral strain. As we know, many, if not most of us, will be exposed to this virus in the next year. By strengthening our immune response, it's possible for us to significantly reduce the symptoms we experience as we develop effective immunity to this virus. Like many important things worth having, wellness requires that we pay attention, lay the groundwork, and initiate the building process, ideally before we become ill. Optimal health is a marathon, not a sprint. It doesn't require perfection, just continued moving forward, making the best choices we can each day. The immune system is just that, a system, including white blood cells, antibodies, lymphatic system, the spleen, and the thymus. There is no single vitamin or mineral or herb to maximize the immune response. Many factors are involved in supporting this system. It's important to remember that the body knows what to do. It knows how to respond to infection. Our job is to remove those habits which hinder it and increase the habits which support it. Then we can just step aside and let it do its job. So let's talk about those habits. You'll notice that many of these recommendations are similar to those for optimal health in general, which illustrates how the body functions as an interconnected unit. Fortunately for us, what is good for immunity is also good for the digestive system, the nervous system, the musculoskeletal system, and the cardiovascular system. So let's start with nutrition. As we know, the food that we eat provides all of the building blocks for our health in general, and this applies to our immune system as well. We want to avoid those foods which distract from and suppress the acute immune response. Foods to avoid include sweets, grain flour products, and alcohol. Whole grains such as oats, quinoa, barley, and wild rice are healthy, but wheat or white flour products such as bread, cakes, cookies, or muffins all provide very little nutritional value and drain the necessary vitamins and minerals needed for a healthy acute immune response. These foods cause blood sugars to spike quickly. With a more rapid increase in blood sugar, excess insulin is released. Blood sugar then drops quickly, causing the release of stress hormones. Both insulin and stress hormones overtax the immune system and hinder the acute immune response. Too much caffeine also can increase stress hormones and impede the immune system as well. It's best to limit it to 4 to 6 ounces a day. Now let's talk about foods that support healthy immune function. Green leafy vegetables such as spinach, beet greens, Swiss chard, bok choy, sorrel, and kale provide the perfect combination of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and water to support the best immune function. Mushrooms, such as shiitake mushrooms, are extremely powerful in supporting immunity. Garlic and onions are known to be supportive to the immune system, but so are ginger, oregano, and rosemary. Use them freely in meal preparation. Berries, citrus fruit, and kiwi are antioxidant fruits and contain several vitamins which strongly support the acute immune response. Berries specifically are lower in sugar than other fruit, minimizing those blood sugar spikes discussed earlier. Sweet potatoes are very anti-inflammatory, and this means that they suppress the ongoing chronic inflammation allowing for more robust acute inflammatory response when required by our immune system. Chicken soup really does support healthy immune function, though I might throw in some ginger and bok choy for added immune support. Probiotic foods are found to directly modulate the immune response, suppressing unhealthy chronic inflammation and encouraging a strong acute immune response. These foods include plain yogurt, kefir, kombucha tea, raw sauerkraut, kimchi, and miso. Many things in our diet and our lifestyle can disrupt these important healthy microbes. So a small amount of these foods 3 to 4 times a day is a great way to maintain optimal balance and support healthy immune function. And water, water, water. We live in the desert, so we talk about water intake very frequently. Staying well hydrated is always important for healthy immune activity. Now let's talk about sleep. Being rested is very supportive to healthy immune function. Measuring the antibody levels in a group of patients after influenza vaccine found that those who were well rested developed better immunity to the flu with the vaccine than those who had sleep deficit. This is suspected to be related to the elevated level of stress hormones with inadequate sleep. The positive immune response related to sleep appears similarly in all ages, and the average nightly sleep requirement varies with age. Adults seem to require 7 to 9 hours, teenagers 9 to 10 hours, school-age children approximately 10 hours, and preschoolers require 11 to 12 hours of sleep. As we know, exercise increases circulation, and it also stimulates the release of and enhances the circulation of the immune cells and the immune hormones. A 30 to 40 minute moderate walk increases antibody levels for a few hours. If these walks are practiced regularly, that positive antibody response lasts longer. A group of employees were studied, and 40 minutes of moderate daily exercise resulted in half the number of sick days compared to those who did not exercise. However, intense, vigorous exercise, also known as anaerobic exercise, seems to increase stress hormones and inhibit the acute immune response. At this point in time, with closed gyms and group exercise classes unavailable, it seems like a great time to take advantage of our beautiful Tucson weather and exercise outside. So take a walk in your neighborhood, or a bike ride, or take a hike. Yoga, Tai Chi, and Pilates classes are also offered online. And your gym may be sponsoring online classes as well. And let's not forget about other consequences of exercise, and especially exercising outside. A more positive attitude, increased laughter and lightheartedness, improved sleep quality, and fewer symptoms of anxiety and depression in general. All of these are especially important right now and can help all of us navigate this stressful time of uncertainty. I've mentioned stress hormones several times, and let's take a closer look there. Cortisol and epinephrine, or adrenaline, burden the immune system and blunt healthy immune response. Increased levels of serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, or the happy brain hormones, support healthy immunity. So it's important to limit stressful situations when possible. But we're now perhaps in the midst of one of the most stressful situations that many of us have experienced in our lifetimes, and others may be reliving stressful events of their past. First, I'd like to remind you of the amazing ability we have as humans to manage stress. Our brains are creative, we can problem solve, we are group beings, and wired to reach out and respond emotionally to others. We can prioritize and compartmentalize, and we can distract our minds rather easily. All of these can be useful tools in managing stress. Some specific practices to help balance us and reduce stress hormones include moderate exercise, as mentioned previously, reduces stress hormones with every exercise session. And this allows less ruminating and fewer anxious and depressive thoughts. Meditation slows heart rate and brain waves and reduces stress hormone levels. Just sitting quietly and focusing on your breathing is a type of meditation. Guided meditations are also available on iPhone apps such as Calm, Headspace, and Insight Timer, or an online search of mindfulness meditation will also provide guidance. Breathing exercises such as 4, 6, 8 breathing is very helpful. For this, inhaling to the count of 4, holding your breath to the count of 6, and exhaling to the count of 8 is how that works. If you're aware of your heartbeat, using that as the counting, as the timer, can be even more powerful. And just 5 to 6 breaths are effective in helping us to feel calmer. Meaningful connection with friends or people in general improves immune function. As mentioned in the previous video, this can be accomplished with a phone call, a text message, or video connections during this time. Helping out someone in need especially seems to boost healthy immune function. There are lots of opportunities for this at this time of social distancing. Having a positive attitude is extremely important to the immune response. It can be as simple as having a glass half full mentality, or there may need to be some effort put into finding the goodness in our world or in our community. But it is there. We just need to be open to it and looking for it. Worrying and fear may get in the way of your positive attitude, and this is especially important right now to have some tools to manage this. Fear, in particular, is quite harmful for the immune system. So at this time, it's important to distract yourself if you find yourself ruminating or focusing on fearful thoughts too much. Meditation, contacting a friend, listening to music, reading an uplifting book, or going for a quick walk can help here. A good laugh improves immune function very quickly. Even anticipating something funny is helpful. A study was done with a group of men who were told that the next day they would watch a funny video, and their antibody levels rose immediately. Being creative is also very uplifting. Several studies show that creativity prevents depression. This may include cooking or coloring or organizing your space, especially as travel and public gatherings are not possible. This may be a good time to participate more regularly in your favorite hobbies. The options are quite endless. So read a book you've been hearing about, learn something new, dance around your living room to your favorite music, connect with friends, play, just have fun. Maybe you're enjoying the peacefulness of being at home or the flexibility that working from home has allowed. I hope this information brings you inspiration and a sense of levity and hopefulness, because there's a lot to be hopeful for. Thank you.